I'm Mike,
And I'm Matt.
and this is The Coin Show.
Take just one last breath before you enter.
On this episode of The Coin Show, we discuss encased postage. We do the first of our 5-minute book reviews. And we talk about the coolest thing to walk into Matt's shop this week. But first, the news.
The news. I love the news.
The news this week is sponsored by Thumbtacks. When paper clips just won't do, Thumbtacks.
Boy.
Matt, the United States Mint will end $1 coin production in 2016.
Oh, thank you. Finally.
Yes, mercifully.
Put that thing out of its misery.
I'll put us out of its misery, if nothing else.
That poor warehouse.
Love them or hate them, there are now enough dollar coins in storage that the United States Mint will no longer produce them after their obligation ends with the presidential dollar series next year. So when they're done with the mandate and they don't have to make them anymore, we've got tons.
They're just like, let's go sink these in the ocean and make a reef.
Yes,
That's what they're going to do with them. That's what they should do with them.
Have whatever opinion you will on dollar coins. They will never circulate until there is no other choice.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Congress and their path of least resistance has been avoiding the inevitable for over 30 years now. But I think it's obvious. They're dumb and they're completely disinterested with joining the 21st century and bringing sanity to our coinage with a $1 and possibly $2 coin. Now, the fact is that nobody has any money anymore, so it probably doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'll take to effect the necessary change, but short of being forced at gunpoint, it looks as if the dollar bill will continue into perpetuity.
Worst idea ever. But
Yes. Well,
what do you
I
do?
mean, okay. We have these dollar coins. It has been proven all over the world that €1 coins, dollar Canadian coin, they circulate. People like them. They work really well as long as there is no paper alternative. And the people of the United States, being as progressive and wanting for change as they are, love their dollar bill. Yeah. Mint product sales are seemingly down almost across the board. Now, sales of one-time annual favorites, proof sets, and silver proof sets are likely to fall to all-time lows this year. Just
Really?
barely over 250,000 silver proof sets and under 450,000 standard proof sets have been sold thus far this year. Mint set sales are also down, with sales under 250,000 sets as well. Now think about that.
What do you make of that? What do you make
Well,
of
think
that?
about it. It's like it used to be that if you had under 1 million of a mint set, it was a desirable date, for lack of a better term. So, this could be a good buy opportunity for people looking for low mintage issues.
Well, I think it's goodbye, but not an
Goodbye.
opportunity.
Well,
I'm thinking that people are finally getting tired of the gigantic 40 coin proof
well,
sets.
no. I agree with you. I think that it speaks in two different tones. I think that a lack of interest, in these mint sets will mean more to resale prices than exclusivity. But I also think and hope very strongly that these sets will become popular again when the prices become more reasonable. the addition of $10 coins and 10 quarters per year have been the prime driving force in falling sales, just in my opinion. But in 2017, with $10 less face value in the sets, and after 2019, when the American the Beautiful quarter program ends, maybe we can see a return to mid sets that cost less than a new car. I mean, it's like we get those things down under like $20.
I just don't think they can do it. I don't think that I mean, they could do it, but I just don't think that their business model lets them do that.
Well, I think you're right.
But that's just me.
It's one of those things where they figured out that the seniorage that they gain from creating $5 coins a year and from creating, 5 quarters a year, it's a boon, and it's money that goes into the treasury. However, okay, I think they have now created kind of their own conundrum with the dollar coins, in the fact that there are now so many of them that nobody wants them anymore. So I mean, that's kind of good, because it's going to be a self-limiting kind of project. The quarters, I think they're going to try and figure out some other thing. I think that they're already drawing it up.
Round 3 is
yes,
coming.
as we speak. What'll be next? State birds,
astronauts,
state flowers. It'd be something. I don't know.
Satellite, space, space voyages. I don't know.
The 2015 American Coin and Currency set has picked up sales again after falling off of a strong push on day one. The enhanced uncirculated finish on the Native American dollar, although novel, is less than impressive in my opinion, and is really not well showcased on this coin. I think that the strong sales indicate a desire from collectors for these special finish coins, but if they don't add much in the way of beauty, or uniqueness to the design, then why bother?
Yeah.
The enhanced uncirculated finish was magnificent on the Silver American Eagle because it brought out details of the design that you've never seen before. And it really enhanced what you were looking at. For the first time, you saw the flag, you saw that Liberty was draped in it. The reverse, not so much. Then they came out with the enhanced uncirculated Kennedy half, and everybody kind of greeted that with a collective shrug. Because the only side that you really see it on is the reverse, where the shield is a little different. And now, after huge sales of the 2014 coin and currency set, because of the enhanced uncirculated dollar, it's almost as if the people at the mint aren't paying attention. They don't realize that the reason the 2014 coin and currency set sold so well is because nobody expected the enhanced uncirculated finish. And so it kind of caught everybody by surprise, and everybody was just like, hey, wait a minute, we got to get these, and bam, sold them out. This year, they've set a maximum mintage of 90,000 instead of 50,000, which is far too many, and the design is lackluster. It's just not anything special.
Do you know how many times I have said that the mint doesn't care about the secondary market? That's not it's not none of their business whether we can buy these sets and make any money in the future. They just want to sell product.
Yes, but here's the thing, and this is kind of I think it's been my rebuttal to because your point is like dead on. They don't care, but I think it's that it would behoove them to pay attention. If they could figure out how they create these markets for coins, they would be able to create products that would then boom and sell. They would create products that the collectors really, really want, and that sell well on the secondary market, and actually increase in value. Instead of this...
Yeah, but then you run into, they have this fine line right now that they have to walk after these horrible releases they've had over the years. They had, like the one with the gold Kennedy coins and people in Chicago, hiring homeless people, and that was just a giant, horrible mess. And so they have to kind of walk this line in, not causing mass pandemonium like they cause at the coin show, or making a smart business decision.
Well, that line is
So
easily broached if you just release them online through your website. Then you don't have the homeless problem. You don't have all the, the lines and the trampling that went on in Denver and all these other places. What you have is a coin that people want, that sells well on the secondary market, and that actually rises in value, and you make collectors happy. I think that there's a win to be had there, but it's a formula, and it's a multi variable formula that you have to kind of tweak in a couple of places. But if you pay attention, and I think that's where they're missing, is that they're just not, they're asleep at the switch in what they're making and when they're making it and how many of them that they're making, that they don't realize what actually drives the market. And they're thinking it's the coins that drives the market, and they're wrong. Think, for example, the 2011 5 coin Silver American Eagle set. What drove the sales of that?
limited
Right,
amount, limited
100,000
availability.
minutes. It was enough, and then you made a 5 household limit to where a very small amount of people got a hold of it.
But as far as a business standpoint goes, that's not a great move. See, that's my point. Is looking at it from the collector side. Yeah, okay, that's what they should do, but they don't care. They need to make smart business decisions because they're, in essence, just the biggest coin dealer in the country. So, so to make something that they run out of and can no longer sell anymore is a bad business decision on their
Only
part.
somewhat. Let me throw this into your thought. If you become somebody that is known for creating issues that sell out and that do very well on the secondary market, what happens with every issue that you create?
You lose money because you're not selling enough to meet demand. Just saying.
Well, okay, you can look at it from, I think that's kind of a narrow view. If you think
It's my business
No,
mind.
I
I'm
know that,
sorry.
but what I'm trying to say is that, okay, so you make the 2011 set. Then what happened with the 2012 set? They made way too many of them. They suffered on the secondary market. People weren't excited about it. 2013 set comes out. People greet it with a collective yawn. I think there's a balance to be struck. And if you watch what drives the market, if you were to create sets that do well on the secondary market, I think that what you'll do is you'll actually increase the sales for every issue that you create. And therein lies the profit. Just saying. I think that there's a way to tweak it to where you can benefit the collectors and you can benefit the mint at the same time. That's just my opinion. Maybe it's a pie in the sky. Maybe that's why I'm poor and other people do. I don't know. But I'm just saying that I think that there's a way that you can market it and you can tweak it to where more of the issues will do well than not. And I think they have that backwards right now, where more of the issues do not do well only because they get greedy with too many issues.
Well, it's finally something I don't agree with you on.
Wow.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're not exactly right, Mike.
Yeah, you're not exactly right. Longest news ever.
Stop it. Canada will celebrate its 150th anniversary of Confederation next year. Off.
Woo! Woo!
And will, of course, issue coins to celebrate the milestone. Now, last year, Canadian citizens were asked to submit designs through a contest entitled My Inspiration. And from the over 10,000 entries, finalists have been unveiled in 5 categories: our wonders, our character, our achievements, our passions, and Canada's future. Winners will be selected by a public vote, which can be found at www.mint.ca/Canada150. And the deadline to vote is October 9th, 2015. So you can, enter and have your impact on Canadian coinage.
I'm doing it right now.
There you go.
I'm doing it.
They won't take anything from India. Well, I mean, it won't have like you put a race car on it.
No, they have a